At this time of the year, college basketball officiating is cussed and discussed more than politics or religion. The Big 12 Conference granted an all-access opportunity for an inside look at how the men in the striped shirts work at critiquing themselves and improving their craft.
I marked plays in my head about certain plays that we had, like the one charge call with the foot out. You know, certain things in the game that stick out in your mind. You know, 4, 5, 6, 7 different plays, and you stick it out and you try to remember when those plays are at, and you go back and look at them, see if you got them right or wrong.
Officials are required to arrive 90 minutes before game time and be on the court 30 minutes before the opening tip. For those 60 minutes in the officials' locker room, the three-man crew gets into uniform, stretches, and talks about points of emphasis.
If we have a replay situation, let's make sure that everybody knows what we're going to look for, especially if it's a critical situation. If there's something that happens that one of us needs to trigger the other one, hey, we can go look at replay of that.
The officials understand that their every move, every call is being watched. Mistakes are magnified thanks to television and the internet. A bad call, or even what a fan thinks is a bad call, can go viral in seconds.
The tape does not lie. The eye in the sky doesn't lie.
The crew of Joe DeRosa, James Breeding, and Rick Crawford worked the Baylor-Oklahoma game on January 24th. A great example of officiating and communicating as a three-man team happened late in the game. Breeding initially called a charge on Baylor's Quincy Acey, but DeRosa had a different and better angle. After every game, the home team video crew supplies each referee with a DVD of the game. In this case, it allowed for instant post-game analysis.
Well, I don't hear Joe's whistle, so I'm just calling the play when AC goes into him. It's a block charge play. And when I hit my whistle and call the offensive foul, I'm looking at Joe, and I can tell from his body language that he has something different, clearly.
Well, I had a foul before on 21 from behind, and then the guy charged into his opponent. So we got together and said, reconstructed the play. The first foul occurred before the charge, so we penalized that. I really don't see how we could have not penalized the foul that was called, even though the guy obviously ran over his opponent.
Baylor won at Oklahoma 77-65. The next night, DeRosa was joined by John Higgins and Bert Smith for the Missouri-Oklahoma State game in Stillwater. The Cowboys pulled an upset, stunning the second-ranked Tigers. Oklahoma State won even though Markel Brown was called for 2 technical fouls for unsportsmanlike conduct after a block shot and a dunk. While there was debate that Brown was penalized for his enthusiasm, the man who oversees officiating for the NCAA agreed with the officials' decisions.
You know, we're competitors, we're athletes too, been out on the floor, so when you have a game that both teams are aggressively playing, it makes it easy for us to work, helps us to stay focused.
After a shower, a couple of slices of pizza, some talk about the previous game, it's back to the hotel, then on to another airport, another rental car, another hotel, and another game. What doesn't change for these stars and stripes is that they are constantly striving to improve and that they remember their few mistakes more than the hundreds of calls they get right.
That's a positive for us. You know, it gives us the access to be able to get better. You know, we might drive down the road tonight and think about some plays that we haven't talked about right now, but that gives us opportunity to look at them, look at our positioning, see whether we got straight lines, see whether we had the right angles, and all those things would, from a technology standpoint, make things much more progressive for us today.
For the Big 12 Digital Network, I'm Wendell Barnhouse.